Ladies and gentlemen of our worldwide viewing audience, welcome to Phoenix, Arizona for RWL Sweet Revenge Hotter Than July. My name's Don Hickson, and it is going to be a 3-hour supercard. We've got the rosters and broadcast teams from both RWL Rage and Snarl in the building this evening, and it is going to be absolutely fiery.
How's everybody doing tonight? Myron Schimmelman here. I am telling you, this is going to be one of our best supercards this summer. One of the best of the Sweet Revenge Tour. Everybody, the general managers, the front office, and of course yours truly, have been working overtime trying to put together a spectacular card for tonight.
Howdy hi, Wally Cardell from Snarl, and just looking at the schedule for tonight's supercard is more than enough to get me excited about it all. Now, Hangman Tex Lynch is not here with us in the booth, as he's gonna be in the ring tonight in a 6-man tag team match, and that's just one of the many exciting matches set for tonight. Ladies Division, Legends Division, they're all here, and there's a good number of championship matches slated to happen to.
And we begin tonight with Ladies Division competition with Grace Fenwick of the UK Ladies set to lock it up one-on-one against Brenda Blair.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our WL Sweet Revenge, Hotter Than July. Our first match, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, coming down the aisle from Sussex, England, representing the UK ladies, Grace Fenwick.
And you'd best believe wherever Tex Lynch is in the back, he's talking to whoever he's with about Christmas. Grace Fenwick, of course, we just saw her recently. And tonight she's going one-on-one against Brenda Blair of San Jose, California.
And here's a disturbing thought for you folks. We all know Grace Fenwick takes pleasure in inflicting pain on her opponents, but Brenda Blair in particular seems to be Grace Fenwick's favorite type. And so Brenda better be on her guard with this particularly nasty opponent.
But Tex is right. Right here, this part of the song definitely makes me think of Christmas.
Oh, Myron, honey. Please, don't start with that again.
Why? What'd I say?
And her opponent from San Jose, California, Brenda Blair.
Brenda's been back with us almost a year now, and she's getting really near to a possible championship match, probably by the end of the summer, especially if she wins this match with Grace Fenwick. As Johnny B points out, Grace has got a thing about brunettes. Don't even ask me why. Now if Brenda can keep Grace on the canvas, face down, face up, makes no difference. The key will be keeping Fenwick from being able to do any real damage. If Brenda can do that, match should be in the bag.
She better, because if Fenwick gets the upper hand for too long a time, she could be looking at possibly being hurt. Possibly badly enough to derail any future title hopes during this tour. And she can't afford that, as this is our final U.S. city on the tour before heading up north to Canada for about a week.
I've just got to tell you, I love these outdoor stadiums. Look at the size of this crowd as we get ready to get this card underway. Referee Willie Johnson sounds the bell. The ladies move up. Brenda Blair opens up with a series of chops to Grace Fenwick, followed up with a one-arm suplex. Brenda Blair moves in, drives a knee into the back of the head of Grace Fenwick. Fenwick laid out as Brenda comes off the middle rope, drives an elbow into the back of the head, goes for the cover and hooks the leg right away. One. But nope. Only a near fall. Brenda Blair rounds up Grace Fenwick once more. Look at this, into a sleeper hold. Brenda Blair rushing things here. Whoa. A jawbreaker from Grace Fenwick. Fenwick locks up Brenda, whips her to the far corner, nails her with a clothesline, and down she goes. Here's a cover from Grace Fenwick. One, and barely just a one. Brenda Blair catches a stomp to the midsection. Grace Fenwick opens up with a series of wrist clutch kicks, follows it up with a forearm to the head. And now a series of pummeling right hands, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Brenda back up on her feet. Whoa, look at this, a Lucas press and a series of modern punches from Brenda Blair. Grace Fenwick Rolls out, rolls back in for a reset. Brenda from behind with the rear waist lock whips her to the ropes. And whoa, what a spine buster. Brenda Blair firing on all cylinders tonight for sure. Brenda with a kick right to the face of Grace Fenwick. Fenwick in the far corner trying to struggle to a standing position. Swiftly slips out of the corner. Brenda Blair puts her right back in there. A chop to the throat. Goes behind, a hard shot to the back. Fenwick whipped to the ropes again. Blair ducks under. And a swing and a miss. And Grace Fenwick delivers a series of kicks to the leg of Brenda Blair. Up over the shoulder into a fireman's carry position. Head first into the turnbuckle. And now Grace Fenwick trying to turn things around. Trying to get the momentum back here. Now driving all of her weight into the chest of Brenda Blair. That is absolutely vicious. Drives both knees into the chest. And now Grace Fenwick really beginning to enjoy herself here. Here's a cover. One. But only a one. And barely just a one. A side eye to referee Willie Johnson from Grace Fenwick. A driving knee into the side of the head of Brenda Blair, which can't possibly be good. A kick to the back from Grace Fenwick. Brenda rolls to the outside. Grace Fenwick, my God, over the top rope. Turning herself into a human missile. Taking down Brenda Blair, doing a little bit of showboating for the fans in the front row here, who could not care less about Grace Fenwick. Grace rounds up Brenda Blair again and drives her into the ring steps. She caught just about all the corners on that one. Grace Fenwick rounds Brenda up again. They lock up. Brenda counters with some elbows to the gut. Backing off Grace Fenwick. Locks Grace up. And drives her into the ring steps in retaliation. Brenda Blair gathers Grace Fenwick up again. Looks like she's going to try and get her back inside the ring, and yep, she sure does. Brenda Blair follows her on in. A kick to the midsection, a stunner. Whoa! Grace Fenwick laid out like a club fish, and Brenda Blair stalking her. This cannot possibly be good. Here's a rebound off the ropes. A rebound off the middle rope, and whoa! Took down Grace Fenwick hard. Brenda Blair covers. 1, 2, 3. Well, now, Brenda Blair wrapping this one up pretty quickly. Let's get the official time.
The time of the fall, 3 minutes, 58 seconds, and your winner, Brenda Blair.
Well, Brenda Blair has impressed us before. I have got to say, wow. Wrapping up Grace Fenwick in record time. And a really impressive matchup. Grace Fenwick didn't stand a chance in this one. Brenda Blair was all over her like ugly on a gorilla.
She's got to be happy with this win. One of her fastest matches ever, and I bet she's relieved to have put it behind her, without having taken too many lumps from Grace Fenwick. Just wow. I think it may have been her shortest match with anyone ever. If only she could keep doing it with other opponents. That title shot would be closer than she might expect. Awesome performance by Brenda tonight.
And we'll be right back.